Actor Alec Baldwin now says it is his victim's fault. There's a new filing from Alec Baldwin's lawyers. They say Halyna Hutchins told him to point the gun at her on the set of the movie Rush. She, Halyna Hutchins, directed Baldwin to hold the gun higher to a point where it was directed towards her. Hutchins and Baldwin shared a core vital belief that the gun was cold and contained no live rounds. Baldwin asked Hutchins whether she wanted to see him cock the gun as the script required. She responded yes. Baldwin then pulled back the hammer, but not far enough to actually cock the gun. When Baldwin let go of the hammer, the gun went off. An animation released by the lawyers for Halyna show a different version, perhaps, of events. They are suing the actor for firing the bullet that killed her. Karen Conti, criminal defense lawyer, civil litigator, friend of the show, is with us now. You would think that Alec Baldwin could find at least one story to stick to.
Well, yeah, and you know what? If I were his lawyer, I would tell him to be quiet. He's got a criminal investigation that's still going on. He's got lawsuits all over the place. And yeah, he said he didn't even pull the trigger at some point, but that can't be the case. So yeah, he's had many stories, and it's all going to be held against him in a civil suit or in a criminal matter if he gets charged.
There are some things that are undeniable in terms of facts of this case, which is that Alec Baldwin pointed a gun at someone. The gun went off because of his action, even admitted here that he would have released the hammer and it went off. And he is now still a free man to conduct his business and go on vacations and go on ABC and do whatever he wants. Is there a scenario in which a normal human being points a gun at someone and kills them, and they are a free person for this long?
Well, just because he pointed a gun and killed somebody doesn't mean he's criminally responsible. In that, we're on a movie set. And according to him, at least, he thought that gun did not have any bullets in it. So he had no intent to kill. And he may even be deemed not reckless because he was relying upon the armorers and the assistant armorer who were both there and present. So his defense is obviously going to be that he never intended it, and he was relying upon the experts who were there at the scene. Now,
there's part of this filing that says Baldwin is just an actor. At this point, two things are clear. Someone is culpable for chambering the live round that led to this horrific tragedy, and it is someone other than Baldwin. Baldwin is an actor. Now, he's also the producer, but he's also a human being. I've spent a lot of time around firearms. Rule number one, you treat every firearm as if it is loaded until you verify yourself that is unloaded. Do the universal rules of firearms handling not apply to actors because they're somehow some protected class?
No, and maybe that's what he should have done. I mean, obviously that's what he should have done. But my guess is that on a movie scene and a movie set, you are relying upon the people around you that's their task. That's their job. That's why they're on the set, to handle the guns. And listen, just because he's an actor doesn't mean he's not culpable in another realm. You said this. He is a producer, and as a producer, he has to hire and manage and supervise the people doing their jobs. And a better argument is that he failed to do that. The people who he had doing this job were not doing their job, and in the past, they apparently had problems on other movie sets. So that's the real source of liability for him.
Yeah, I still go back to the idea that let's take being an actor out of it. Let's say you and I are at a gun range and we're relying on an instructor to hand us weapons that are cold. And I point the gun at you in violation of every rule in firearm safety. I didn't check the weapon to ensure that there wasn't a round in it in violation of every rule in firearm safety, but we are relying on the instructor. And somehow you end up dead because the gun went off. I wouldn't be charged with being reckless?
You could.
Exactly. So why hasn't Alec Baldwin been charged? How is he not getting special treatment?
Well, he's not been charged because they're not done with the criminal investigation yet. And that's another question. Why is this taking so long? It's been months.
Right,
I mean,
exactly. Why is it taking so long?
Facts. There's only so much evidence to look at. There's only a number of people to interview. So I do not understand why this is taking so long.
Maybe because they're dragging their feet because it's Alec Baldwin.
I don't know about that. I mean, prosecutors like to prosecute high-profile people.
Fair enough.
They can make their name and their reputation on that. So I'm not sure that's the case. I think they just want to get this right.
No, that in and of itself is an excellent point. Hey, Karen, we got to run. It was good chatting.
All right.
Yeah, nice to see you. Thank you. Thanks for watching. Click the red subscribe button below so you can get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.